Toastmasters as these.
Let me begin with a confession today. I've always believed that managers, great managers, are the ones who are able to guide their teams, mentor them, and build a very high performing team. But of late in my career, I've realized it is also about those caffeinated nights, that emotional damage that a manager does to himself, and at the same time, sometimes feeling like you can pull your hairs out and just take it away. And don't feel that I don't love my job. I love my job. Why? Because specifically, I get to meet some great people, some great work-oriented folks, and I learn a lot from them. And sometimes I'm able to coach them as well. But then, once upon a time, we get to meet someone very special. So meet Arjun. Arjun is the new guy who joined 2 years back in our team and was a brilliant coach. Somebody who even in his sleep can change our workflows overnight with just one hand while playing poker and beating others in the poker with his second hand. That was Arjun's skill set. High performing individual. A quick show of hands of how many of you have worked or managed a high performing individual. Well, quite a few, almost 60-70%. And that's how you know what pride and beauty a high performer brings. Arjun was so talented that within the first year when he joined, I pushed my leadership team to get Arjun a promotion. And they were like, just 1 year, and how can we calibrate somebody to be ready for a promotion? And I pushed this case so forward that probably the hiring was not right, maybe the benchmarking was not correct, the rate was low, etc., etc. He needed a promotion because these are the projects that Arjun has been fabulously able to turn around. And with my push, with a bit of a resentment, I got Arjun that needed promotion. All was good and happy. And that's when, in the subsequent time, came the second phase of his life. When Arjun discovered his power, Arjun's power. It started subtly at initially, but then it started growing. With some subtle things like Arjun missing a couple of processes here and there. And you will ask Arjun and he'll say that, oh, I thought maybe the process was like this. And then it started kind of changing into something like a subtle obedience, not disobedience, but obedience, when he'll say, oh, I felt this point was not for me, but for the team. It started soon snowballing into a bigger event wherein Arjun started writing his own workflows, irrespective of what the team was doing. And some people in the team were his fan club, because Arjun was doing great. Because some people were his fan club, there were some critics as well, as I would call critical critics, who wanted Arjun to challenge the system that was me. And that's when started the next phase, wherein I started to have sleepless nights. Because for everything that Arjun will do, I will have to make 10 other people understand why he's doing so. And soon the team started also feeling that pressure, wherein they will come and say that, see Rajdi, Arjun has written this code workflow, and we had written this particular piece. Arjun had done this probably in 1 week's time, but we had done it over a 2 months period. And now his code is not merging with our code. And I would be at a situation where I had checked both the codes, and eventually I'll say, probably Arjun codes is right. So why don't we do it in the flow that Arjun is doing? And soon the team then started calling it, okay, why don't Arjun do this code piece as well? Which Arjun probably can. But then why do I need a bigger team? And the team then also started calling out that, okay, if Arjun will do all, what will we do? And that was the right point as well, because not everything can be done by Arjun. So I started then coaching Arjun more in terms of what are the areas that you can work on. And started with a bit of a confrontation, bit of a coaching to say that you can change things here, you can change things there. But Arjun was not ready to listen. And the discussion will go like something, I'll say, Arjun, the plan was this, so why are we deviating from the plan? And Arjun will say, maybe the plan was not right. Why are we not doing it like this? And I will say, but we can do it like that, but we would have told it 2 months earlier. Why now? And Arjun will say, better late than never. I started slowly. It started kind of to grow up into a situation wherein I'll tell Arjun one day, just a couple of months back, I told Arjun that, Arjun, this is a deliverable. Why are people not able to complete it? And Arjun told me that maybe your plan was never right. If you want, I can talk to the skip manager and make it all right again. That is when I realized I have an even bigger problem at hand. And it didn't come with a simple plain vanilla flavor, it came with sleepless nights. So I started doubting myself as well, that whether I'm able to do right in the team for everyone around. And when I started questioning myself, I started Googling. Right? That's the first thing that you do. Okay, how to manage a rebel in your team. Or how to manage someone who's not ready to do tasks or is a high performer. And as a general process, I asked my wife as well that, do you think I am overthinking? And she replied, you are underpaid. I said, no, I'm asking, am I overthinking? She said, no, you are underpaid and yes, you are overthinking. Slowly, it started to kind of realize that this problem may have a better solution. And that's when came the European. I thought of Arjun didn't need a boss. He needed a mirror. And hence, my direction changed. I started inviting Arjun to co-lead the initiative with me and say that, okay, let's present, have your autonomy. Why don't you drive this initiative altogether? But at the same time telling him that this will come with certain risks and assessment that you will have to present to the leadership. And whenever Arjun created diversions, I would say, yes, interesting point, wonderful point. Why don't you go and present to the leadership with what is the risk and what is the reward out of it? Slowly, Arjun's smirks started turning into Excel sheets. And that's when I realized there is an improvement that can happen day by day. Arjun's intensity started turning into the right direction with a bit of a mirror that I started showing. Leadership, as I realized over a period in time while Arjun is evolving, isn't sometimes about control. It's about letting people go into the right direction and sometimes using that occasional judo, that psychological judo that will put people in the right place in the right form. So to all the managers out there, whenever next time you find your Arjun in the team, don't panic. Just smile, strategize, and remember, the pen may be mightier than the sword. However, it never beats a perfectly placed calendar in life. Over to Toastmasters.